Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Stephanie and this is another reading vlog, but it's specific for the historical romance readathon that is currently happening. It takes place from today, January 15th, until next Thursday, the 21st. So yeah, so from today until the 21st, it is going to be happening. Okay, that was a really awkward intro, but you know what? It is what it is. It's a vlog, so whatever. Okay, so last night I finished the books that I was in the middle of, minus Daisy Jones and the Six, because I'm slowly going through that by listening to it when I drop off my daughter at school. So I literally only listen to it for 15 minutes a day. So I didn't finish that one yet. I do want to, but it's all about historical romances right now. So last night on my Instagram, I posted a poll on what book should be the first book I read for the readathon, and the choices that I gave were Ravish by Amanda Quick. This, I believe, is a Beauty and the Beast retelling of sorts, and I did really like Amanda Quick's writing, and it was really fast-paced and it was enjoyable to get into, so I wanted to try another one, so that was why that pick was on there. Sorry if you can hear my kids, they're playing with cars. It's really loud. I'm sorry. The next choice was A Devil in Scotland by Suzanne Enoch. This one I meant to read in 2020 and I didn't because, TBRs just hardly ever work for me. I'm trying to get better. So this is, I don't remember what it's actually about. I just really liked the title, because I'm a sucker for a devil, or a devilish character, or a Hades character, anything to do with that kind of stuff. I eat it up like catnip. That is why I chose this one. And then the third choice in the selection is Mine Till Midnight by Lisa Klepis, and let's just, gotta always show the step backs. Also, have no idea what this is about. I just know that I wanted to read some more Lisa Klepis. So, as of right now, I know the poll is not closed, but as of right now, it is almost 12:30 in the afternoon on Friday, and this has one pick. This has 4 picks, and this has 5 picks. So I guess the first book I'm going to start is Mine Till Midnight by Lisa Klepis. So I do have this on audio as well, so I'm probably going to start it off on audio while I clean up the library, I do household chores, I work in my bullet journal, and I do my bullet journaling stuff. So I'll probably start listening to it and then, read along when I get the chance to. But yeah, so Mine Till Midnight is going to be the first read of the historical romance readathon. Let's see how many books I can conquer this week. I'm in a really good reading mood. I've already read 4 books for January, which, with it only being 15 days into January, that's actually pretty good for me. I usually can read, on average, it's between 6 and 8 books that I read a month, so I'm feeling really good. So, I'm gonna go check this out. Alright, I'll update you guys when there's something to update. Hello, and I sucked at vlogging this week. So this past week was the historical romance readathon, and surprisingly I didn't do too bad. I didn't do as many books as I was hoping. I was hoping to get at least 4 or 5. I ended up only doing 3, but hey, that's still great in 1 week for me. So I'm gonna do like a quick like little wrap-up type of thing, instead of like showing you an entire vlog, because I did no vlogging this week. I just kind of read. I wish I did some vlogging. So I'm just going to do a wrap up. So the first book that I read for the readathon was Mine Until Midnight by Lisa Klepis, and we're just going to show you the stuff back because look how beautiful it is. I really liked this one. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This book dealt with different social classes and the prejudices between the social classes, so it was a fun kind of take on almost a Pride and Prejudice, not really, but a little bit. Anyways, I really liked this one. Cam and Amelia were just, I really liked Amelia. I really liked her, and I really liked Cam. So I really liked Amelia because she was this independent, I'm gonna take care of my family type of woman. She had already figured that she wasn't going to be getting married. She was just going to be the old maid, and she was going to take care of her siblings. And her brother, who inherited the what was he? Marquess, I think? Earl? Viscount. He was a Viscount. Sorry, I had to look it up because it was going to bug me. His parents had died, and their parents have died, and he became the new Viscount, and there was this horrible stigma against the Viscount. I can't talk today. Okay, anyways, there was like there was bad luck for the people who came into this Viscount household. Whoever took over the household basically had bad luck, and bad things ended up happening, and it kept happening, and Leo was totally okay with taking that up because he was dealing with grief, and he ultimately kind of just wanted to end his life, and if taking the Viscount position would help him get there, he was all for it. So Amelia kind of had to deal with getting him back on track and dealing with his grief while also like basically kicking his butt into gear because he had 3 sisters that he had to take care of, and he just wasn't doing that, and Amelia was doing it. And I'm like kind of rambling right now, but Cam comes in and he wants to be Amelia's protector, yet he's still that dangerous person, and he's of a different social class because he's technically a gypsy, and it was looked down upon to, you know, be in a relationship with this different social class, but Amelia didn't care, and I loved that, and I just really loved the relationship and the love story that came between Amelia and Cam, and it was so great. I loved it, and I really loved how Cam kind of took charge and was like, hey, I'm going to help you and your sisters, and unfortunately your brother too. Like, he didn't want to help her brother, but he knew that she needed him to help her brother, so he did it for Amelia type of thing, and it just says a lot about his character, and I really enjoyed reading their story. I think Cam was actually a cameo in one of her other series, if I'm not mistaken, and then he got, you know, his love story in this one, so I'm super excited. to read more. I want to read about the sisters because I think this is the Hathaways series, so I'm really looking forward to reading more of this. The second book that I read during the readathon was part of the seasonally booked up book club for Winter of the Wallflower, and week 3 was That Scandalous Evening by Christina Dodd. Now, the reason why I wish I had vlogged during this week was because this book, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I gave it a solid 3 stars. Parts of it, I feel like this could have been so much more than what we were given. With the premise, it sounded like such a Sarah McLean premise, and I was expecting and anticipating so many great things that happen in Sarah McLean's books that this one just didn't deliver on, and it fell kind of flat. I also felt like it was only a one-sided story where we only focused on the heroine, which her name was Jane, right? Jane? Yeah, Jane. And we didn't focus a whole lot on the hero, which was, what was his name? Blackburn, but what was his first name? This is gonna bug me. Why can't I remember names today? Ransom. Why did I forget that? Because I liked his name. Oh, anyways, so the story focused a lot on Jane, which is great. I loved Jane. The women in this book I really loved. Jane was great. Adorna was great. Susan was a queen. She was amazing. And Violet, I think, was Jane's friend. She was great too. The women in this book were phenomenal. The men, not so much. I couldn't connect with Ransom. I'm all here for unlikable heroes, but you have to give me something to end up liking throughout for me to even care about that character, and I just did not care about Ransom at all. I feel like he needed to do a little bit more groveling rather than just the last couple pages. Jane needed to do some groveling too, and I feel like she didn't do very much groveling. Granted, she was ruined because of everything, but this book fell flat for me. I wanted to love it. The premise was amazing, amazing premise, but it just didn't deliver, and I was so upset about that. That being said, I think I am still gonna try another Christina Dodd or two. I do have a couple back there, and I'm willing to give her another shot. I just hope that this one was a fluke because I didn't hate it, but I wanted to love it so much. I even wanted to at least like it, and I didn't like it. It was just meh okay for me. So that was a little disappointing. And then the third book that I read for the historical readathon, I don't have a physical copy of it, but it was A Scandalous Deal by Joanna Shoup, I believe that's the title. And I really liked that one. So after reading this shit, I ended up reading a good one. I technically didn't finish it on Thursday night. I finished it on Friday night, but we're gonna count it anyways. But yeah, I really liked that one. I really liked how Eva was an architect in her, she was a woman with power, and she had to prove that she could handle that power, and I really loved that. I'm really loving Joanna Shoup's Gilded Age era. It's just, one, it makes me happy because in America. It's where I'm from. And when dealing with historical romances, you're usually just in England or Scotland. Like, those are the two main historical romance settings, and it's really refreshing and nice to read about a different setting. So I will definitely be reading more Joanna Shupe. I have her Uptown series over there that I want to get to this year. Basically, I want to get to like all of those this year. This year is going to be the year of historical romance. So all in all, I don't know if I hit a bingo on the bingo board, but I do know that these books took up multiple spots, so I might have. And I think it was actually a really great week, reading wise. That's 7 books in January so far, and we still have another week left. So I'm calling this a win. I'm sorry I sucked at the whole vlogging part this week. So it's just basically a wrap up and like, you know, my intro. But I hope all of you guys did great if you guys did the historical romance readathon. Let me know down in the comments on books that you read this past week. Have you read any of the books that I read? Do you have any recommendations for me? Leave it all down below. Let's start a conversation. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. It really does help. And if you're not a subscriber and you want to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate you and love you forever for it. But until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.